It often feels like we are the captains of our own ships, hands firmly on the wheel, steering our lives with conscious intent. We believe we are choosing our path. But if we pause and practice just a moment of honest introspection, we realize something unsettling. We are not always driving. In many ways, we are following a pre-programmed navigation system, a display screen sitting atop a vast, complex software that runs deep beneath the surface of our awareness. If we ignore this system, if we never learn how it works, where it wants to take us, or how to steer when it malfunctions, we risk drifting aimlessly. We risk ending up somewhere we never wanted to be. But there was one mind, perhaps the most capable in history, who dared to map this internal ocean. A 20th century Swiss psychiatrist named Carl Gustav Jung. Jung's journey began in 1875 in the quiet village of Keswil, Switzerland. Born to a struggling rural pastor and a mother who was eccentric, depressed, and seemingly haunted by spirits. He was a lonely child, an introvert who found the company of his own imagination safer than the world of adults. He spent his days in make-believe, dissociation, and silent observation. He disliked school so intensely that he developed what we might call a neurotic response, fainting just to escape the classroom. He was a boy retreating from a world he didn't understand. But a stern warning from his father regarding his future sparked a change. Jung shifted gears, diving voraciously into philosophy and religious texts. He found his courage in books. Turning away from his family's religious vocation, he chose medicine. He studied at the University of Basel and later Zurich, eventually working under the renowned Eugen Bleuler. As his brilliance became undeniable, he crossed paths with the titan of psychology at the time, Sigmund Freud. When they first met in 1907, they spoke for 13 hours straight. But there was a difficult dynamic at play. Freud, being older and more established, viewed himself as the father and Jung as the son. This relationship, while nurturing at first, eventually became restrictive. Jung's mind was too expansive to fit within Freud's rigid scientific reductionism. Jung held a more mystical consideration of the human mind. As Jung's career advanced, the friction became unbearable. In 1913, the friendship shattered. For Jung, this wasn't just a professional split. It triggered a profound midlife breakdown. From 1913 to 1918, he entered a period of deep darkness. But he didn't run from it. He spent those years introspecting, conducting psychological experiments on himself, and exploring the recesses of his own unconscious. From this period of turbulence, he solidified his life's work. He realized that the primary objective of life is individuation, the integration of all components of the psyche to create a singular, unified state of wholeness. Jung wrote, "Man's task is to become conscious of the contents that press upward from the unconscious. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being." To understand this, we must look at Jung's model of the psyche. First, there is consciousness. This is the realm of personal awareness, where the ego resides. The ego creates the story you tell yourself about who you are. It maintains your identity. To do this, it uses a persona, a mask we wear to present a suitable face to the world. But the persona is often disjointed from who we truly are. To maintain this image, the ego filters away the parts of us that don't fit, our aggression, our shame, our strange desires, and represses them. These rejected parts go into the personal unconscious. They are hidden just beneath our awareness, but they continue to affect us, pulling at the steering wheel when we aren't looking. But Jung went deeper. He identified the collective unconscious. This is a reservoir of psychological structures inherited from the sum total of human history, much like our biological evolution. This realm contains archetypes, universal symbols and themes that appear across all cultures, myths, and times. They are the blueprints of the human experience. Within this complex system lies the shadow. The shadow represents all the repressed, denied, and unknown content the ego refuses to identify with. It is the suppressed feminine in the male, the suppressed masculine in the female. It is your potential for evil, but also your potential for raw, unbridled power. Jung warned us, good does not become better by being exaggerated, but worse. The shadow is very much a part of human nature, and it is only at night that no shadows exist. You cannot outrun your shadow. Attempting to deny it only makes it darker and more dangerous. The only path to healing is to turn around and face it. This process requires radical self-acceptance, not the kind that says, I am perfect, but the kind that says, I am capable of darkness, and I choose light. It is a task that shakes the very core of the psyche. To admit that you are not as good as you hoped, to confront what your mind has worked a lifetime to hide, this is the hero's journey. But it is essential. By making the unconscious conscious, we gain access to the controls. We stop being passengers in our own lives. Jung's work is an invitation to fix the bugs in our navigation system. It is an invitation to input new coordinates, not based on where we should go, but where we truly, authentically want to be. If you are feeling lost today, remember, the confusion is often just the first step of the calibration. You are not broken, you are just waking up.